Welcome to It's a Wonderful World. Today, we're tackling a crisis that affects every single one of us, yet doesn't get nearly enough attention: the global water crisis. Water is essential for life. Without it, we simply cannot survive. And yet, more than 2 billion people around the world lack access to clean drinking water. As climate change, pollution, and population growth put even more pressure on this precious resource, the question arises: are we running out of water? Let's take a closer look at what's happening and what can be done to address this growing issue. First, let's get one thing straight: the Earth isn't actually running out of water. In fact, the total amount of water on our planet has remained relatively constant for billions of years. What's changing is the availability of freshwater, the water we need for drinking, agriculture, and sanitation. While about 70% of the Earth's surface is covered by water, only 3% of it is freshwater. And of that, less than 1% is easily accessible for human use. The rest is locked away in glaciers, polar ice caps, or deep underground. So, why is there a water crisis? The main problem is that our demand for water is growing at an unsustainable rate, while the supply of clean, usable water is shrinking. Agriculture, which accounts for roughly 70% of global freshwater use, is one of the biggest drivers of water scarcity. As populations grow and diets change, especially with the increase in meat consumption, more water is needed to produce food. Livestock farming, for example, requires massive amounts of water. Did you know it takes about 1,800 gallons of water to produce a single pound of beef? Then there's industrial use. Factories, power plants, and other industries use vast quantities of water for cooling, processing, and manufacturing. In many cases, this water becomes polluted in the process, rendering it unusable for drinking or agriculture. One of the most notorious examples is the pollution of rivers and lakes in rapidly industrializing countries like China and India. In some regions, water sources have become so contaminated with chemicals, waste, and toxins that they pose serious health risks to local populations. Climate change is making the situation even worse. Rising global temperatures are leading to more severe droughts in many parts of the world. Just look at California, which has been grappling with recurring droughts for years, or the Sahel region in Africa, where extended dry seasons are causing food and water shortages. At the same time, melting glaciers and ice caps are reducing freshwater supplies that many communities depend on. Let's not forget about water inequality. While some regions are facing droughts, others are dealing with the opposite problem: too much water. Flooding, driven by climate change, is displacing millions of people in countries like Bangladesh and Indonesia. Ironically, these floods often leave communities without clean drinking water, as contaminated floodwaters spread diseases and damage infrastructure. And here's another staggering fact: women and children in many developing countries spend up to 6 hours a day collecting water. That's time that could be spent in school, work, or caring for their families. So, what's being done to address the global water crisis? Fortunately, there are many innovative solutions being developed. For example, desalination plants are being used in countries like Saudi Arabia and Israel to convert seawater into freshwater. While desalination is expensive and energy-intensive, advancements in technology are making it more efficient. Another promising solution is water recycling, where wastewater is treated and reused for irrigation, industrial processes, or even drinking in some cases. On a smaller scale, rainwater harvesting systems are becoming more popular in regions where water is scarce. These systems capture and store rainwater for household or agricultural use. In places like India and Kenya, rainwater harvesting has helped alleviate water shortages and provided a more reliable source of water for farming. Agriculture is also evolving to become more water efficient. Techniques like drip irrigation, which delivers water directly to the roots of plants, significantly reduce water waste compared to traditional irrigation methods. Additionally, researchers are developing drought-resistant crops that require less water to grow, helping farmers adapt to changing climate conditions. Governments and organizations around the world are also stepping up to protect and manage water resources. The United Nations declared access to clean water and sanitation a human right in 2010, and initiatives like the Sustainable Development Goals aim to ensure that everyone has access to safe drinking water by 2030. However, achieving these goals will require significant investment, cooperation, and innovation. Now, what can you do to help? While large-scale solutions are critical, individual actions can also make a difference. Conserving water in your daily life, whether by fixing leaks, taking shorter showers, or using water-efficient appliances, helps reduce overall demand. Supporting policies and businesses that prioritize water sustainability is another way to contribute to the global effort. As we wrap up, it's clear that the global water crisis is one of the defining challenges of our time. But with the right technologies, policies, and individual actions, we can work toward a future where clean water is available to all. What are your thoughts on the water crisis? Do you think we'll find the solutions we need in time? Drop a comment below and share your insights. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to It's a Wonderful World for more deep dives into the critical issues shaping our planet. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.